You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
I'm Joey.
And I'm Jess.
I'm Brian, everybody. Welcome to episode 163 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you're new here, folks, this is the podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping,
Cooking.
or just playing bikes. Sometimes cooking.
Random stuff.
I am never talking about cooking.
We had a cooking episode recently. Well, as we said before, this is a required episode as you're driving down to North Carolina.
Yeah, we did a little false start here just a minute ago.
Yeah,
I will
we had a
fess
good
up.
one.
I forgot to unmute some microphones.
They almost lost all our secrets.
Right, and Joey wanted to let everybody know that this is the secrets of Croatan.
Secrets of Croatan, secrets of the course, secrets of not the course, secrets of camping. Like I said, it's not Victoria's secret, it's Joey's secret.
I'm glad you got that back in.
I know that. I came up with that one on the fly.
Yeah. So
you have to listen at least till the last 5 minutes to get all the secrets.
Okay.
But this will be entertaining for your 5-hour drive if you're from up here.
So your lingerie, as opposed to Victoria's Secret, the Joey's Secret stuff is made of Lycra.
I promote stockings like that, but they're from Rich Supply.
Okay.
See what I did?
That was
So
terrible.
that was a horrible.
That was absolutely
I don't
terrible.
know where you were going.
The way you
Got
do
a
it
little
is you
weird
say,
very
you know
fast.
what, you may make your lingerie.
Mine is bibs without a jersey on when I ride the trainer and some Rich Supply socks.
This is
You do you, Bill.
I'm just going to jump right in. Cutaway USA does not sell lingerie. They sell cycling apparel that was born in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Cutaway is an industry leader using innovative fabrics combined with clean and bold designs. Make sure to go check out their website at cutawayusa.com to see all the jerseys, bibs, gear, everything. And while you're there...
And gravel routes.
And routes. That's true. Yeah, we talked about that. While you're there, when you reach the checkout, use the code GTD, capital D, or capital G, capital T, capital D, 20 to take 20% off your entire order. Now, that is a offer that is a special discount just for our listeners, and we're excited to be able to continue to offer that. I'm excited that when do our GTD kits arrive? I know we wanted them for Croatan, but that
it got pushed a little bit with some just in general because of how I'd say 5 weeks, 6 weeks from now.
Okay.
From last week or so. We're not too far away, but they'll be here in the prime season where you're not worried about layering up. Let's just say that.
Cool.
When you put it on, you're not putting a jacket on, you're not putting long sleeve. Just some nice cutaway apparel.
So this is a special episode because tonight I am drinking one of the Give a Poop beers that Joey had from Duclaw last week, which was that fruited sour ale with blueberry, blackcurrant, vanilla bean, and lactose, and it is delicious.
Yeah, there goes all your training.
All of it's right out the window.
Excuse me, friends.
Yes.
What do we have to say about this all the time, Joey? We never. Brian always says, "I can't drink beer. I'm in training," and now you're the one who's coming up with it. You're the one. There goes.
I think
all
he
of my
was
training.
poking fun back at me.
Oh no, that was definitely
He was poking fun back at me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was making fun of me. And that's okay. I'm easy to make fun of. So it works. And it works for the podcast. So you poke away, Joey.
Anyway.
But I just wanted to share that I'm actually drinking some. What are you having?
I decided last week, this is probably my favorite beer of all time. This the Dogfish Head Sequence Ale.
Mm-hmm.
It's that lime sea salt sour.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably my favorite beer.
You think that's better than this? Because this is delicious.
That's very good. I love sours now. They're like my new porter stouts. I kind of got out of those this year. I drink IPAs when I go to bike events and stuff like that. It's like the cool thing, but no, I will take this over everything any day. It's nice all the time. That's delicious, and there's some very good sours I've had.
This could be trouble because you could. This is a summer beer that you could just slam 2 or 3 of them real quick.
Oh, you could.
Yeah, I could. Well, anyway, Jess, what do you have? A nice.
A seltzer.
Okay.
It's a polar.
Do you want me to explain my seltzer? It is in a purple can. It is has
There's a polar bear on it.
I just love that can.
Some hinty aroma, nice backsplash of orange.
So, Joe,
No, it's black cherry.
Yeah, so it's black cherry.
you talked a little bit about Croatan. That's coming up.
Yes.
So this is Tuesday. We record on Tuesdays. This episode will be released on Thursday, and then Croatan is Saturday.
Unless you're a long haul weekender.
Unless you're a long weekend, which then your day starts
Then you're listening to this on your ride.
on Thursday.
Your bike
Yep.
ride, not even your car ride.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're on your bike on Thursday, which is where I will be.
Yep.
My final bike setup ended up to be pretty similar to how we set that bike up initially, except for the fact that I did change out those Rene Hirsch tires and put back the old standby Pathfinders.
You know, you could probably sell those for like full pop on.
I don't know. Well, they're readily available, but I could sell them at a discount. I might sell them at a discount.
Yeah.
Although I don't know. I should probably just figure out what the dealio was, why that happened.
You should
Or-
email. Have you emailed them?
No, I haven't.
Oh, yeah.
No, I haven't.
You have video evidence.
Yeah, I mean, it did just blow off the rim. So I literally don't know that I would feel even comfortable selling that. I wouldn't want to do that.
No.
And I don't remember which one it was. Now I've taken both of them off.
Well, it was
so-
the rear technically, but I know you mixed them up.
No, I actually could tell which one because the front tire still had plenty of sealant in it. And the rear tire, because I put the tube in, that squeezed all the sealant right out through those tiny pores in those very supple tires. So there wasn't any sealant left at all. After it blew most of it out when it came off of the rim. So,
I mean, I had a blowout last Monday mountain biking too. Just
yeah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. We talked about this on the podcast, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
So it happens.
No, that and I got all the bags. I have gone pretty slim. Yeah, you'd be surprised at how I'm down to just basically my Rootworks bag on the handlebar, a couple of actual small bags, like 3-liter bags on the fork. I've got a frame bag and a seat pack. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Did you send me a picture of your bike? No, you didn't.
Mm-mm. I may have. You really couldn't tell. And then what I think makes it look like is plus the feed bags. The feed bags sitting up on the bars actually makes it look like there's a lot of
I
stuff
thought
there.
I saw your bike somewhere, but
I think I did send you a picture of it. I might have sent it to both you and Jess.
oh well.
It
You
doesn't
sent
matter.
me a picture of a bike?
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know.
I did not see a picture of a bike.
No. So
I do see everybody's Wordles in the mornings.
So
I'm the freaking king of Wordle.
Joey is, I swear, I don't know how he does it. It'll take me 4, 5, or 6 tries, and Joey will pop up with like 3 on the Wordle.
I'm not a smart man.
Well, you got the Wordle thing down. You may not be able to read the words, but you most certainly
yeah.
can spell them.
And I can hit my keyboard like no one else. Yeah, that's
a lot of
fun
fun.
now. I just started like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been fun. You know what I
I
like?
had no idea what those little things were up until recently.
You know what I like about Wordle is the fact that there's one thing a day, so you're not doing it on your phone
And
all
everyone-
day, and everybody does
everyone
the
has the
same,
same
one.
one.
So it's like these offline.
That's what I just said to Jessica yesterday. today.
Conversations about Wordle, I think, are a lot of fun because they're. I don't know. It's not something you get sucked into your phone and you're continually looking at it. You do it, you're done, and then you talk to people about it.
Then you go back to your Instagram scrolling, Reddit or whatever.
But that's it for me. I think I've gone pretty slim on the bike setup.
Yeah.
We're not carrying. We'll talk about this later. I think we're going to talk through the schedule. So
okay.
I'll hold on to how we're approaching the long weekend.
I'm going to go next. My final bike setup is a nice pair of boots to stand in all day. That's about it. Yeah. But I am taking my bike. I don't know if I'll ride Friday and Sunday.
What you ought to do is on Friday. What time do you get there on Friday? What time you planning to go down?
I might get there around 10 or so.
You ought to ride out to meet us and then ride back with us.
Oh.
Because you can track
I got to see what I'm supposed to do for Matt first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could ride out.
You could do course recon.
I need to. I'm supposed to do that twice before this event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Finally get it done the day before it happens. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Jess, What's going on in your world?
Do you want to know my final bike setup?
We're trying to figure that out. So
Whichever one Joey puts together for me. So right now it's going to be my new bike that I've never ridden before, with shifters that I've never ridden before. And if something goes wrong, it's going to be a Hail Mary. So, and I'm not trained, so that's also going to be a Hail Mary.
So the SRAM shifters. Let's walk
it's
through.
very simple setup.
Okay, let's walk through the simplicity of it. What do you do to shift Jess's new Crux?
Up or down?
Okay, but which lever?
Do you want to go easier or you want to go harder?
Let's
answer the question, Brian.
Let's go.
I am
easy.
interviewing you. Easy, you hit the left side.
Wait a minute. When we came in here, you told me I would be doing the interview.
So just like the cassette, to go to the easier side is to the left.
Mm-hmm.
You just hit the left button, it goes easy.
Okay.
You hit the right button, it goes hard.
So that's if you.
You ain't going to be shifting like it's unpaved.
Yes, I see where your problem comes.
I've never had shifters before.
He's explaining it, but he's not explaining it in a way that's
I'm
easy to
going to put it in a
understand.
stand the next few nights and actually do it in person.
There is
elevated.
there is a shifter that is in your left hand.
She knows that. She's had shifters and she has shifters.
I know, but we're walking through this. So there's a shifter in your left hand and there's a shifter in your right hand. And each of them have a button, right?
Just one button.
One button on the left side and on the right side.
Clicking a mouse.
So if you would like to shift up, meaning easier to pedal, you hit the button on the left side. If you want to go down in the gear, i.e. make it harder, like you want to go fast, you use the button on the right side.
We're just going to blame my lack of training on that my bike didn't work. And then
you're fine.
No, but
then we're just going to hope and pray for a Hail Mary on the 60.
I actually see your point in
Isn't
that
it 50, which is now a 40?
And I'm going to throw you under the bus here a little bit, Joey.
Oh, okay.
Because you didn't really. I was party to this whole conversation pre-podcast, and so Joe, you didn't do a great job explaining that. You were just like, you just push it this way and that way. That doesn't make any sense. But Jess, does that help when you know that on the left-hand side there's one button?
Yeah, I'm going to rate easy on one hand and hard on the other hand.
There you go.
So when I shake your hand, it's not like.
So when she punches me after I pick which hand, do I want an easy hit or a hard hit?
You look like Princess Leia with those headphones on tonight.
Oh, that is a fantasy and a half.
Ew.
That's not what I meant.
Okay,
That's
whatever.
disgusting.
So does that help? Does that help
It
with that
does,
whole
and I'm just
shifting
going to take it
thing?
around the island tomorrow. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit busy.
I think that I should
We
stay
have
with you
Thursday,
guys
too.
all the time to be the communications portal.
We only do this on Thursday or Tuesday nights. It's our joke.
Oh, so it's not real? You just do it for me?
I think half of it, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I push her buttons on purpose because I know it's Tuesday.
Is that true, Jeff?
Not her buttons on her shifters. That's what it's like. No, Jess asked to ride her Diverge right before the podcast, and I have a lot of work to do that, which I can do.
He looked
I
like
know
he
a
was
guy.
going to fall over.
I
when
know
you
he
asked
was
him
being
that.
so dramatic. He was like,
It was
like sprawled out in his
Hey,
seat. Like, there's so much work to be done. Like, okay, fine, then just say no and move on. Like,
Well, I'll. Yeah.
I mean, I don't go around. Never mind.
So I will say this: that Crux is the perfect bike.
good. We're gonna hope he
Croatan
makes up for all the
Buck
lack
50.
of training and just
Don't
wins
say
out there
that.
on the lack of a 60.
Just go ride your bike.
I
Just
know.
ride your bike.
I
Have
Go
fun.
ride your
figured-
bike.
So, if you see my sticker chart on the side of the wall, I have a sticker chart for all of the good things I do during the day,
Mhm.
which is taking my medicine, taking Blake for a walk, going to do exercise, and the last one is a household chore.
Mhm.
So I'm actually doing well with the household chores. We wouldn't think that's a good thing. I'm having the hardest time mentally exercising right now. I've never had this feeling before.
Why? What's going on?
I don't know. So we're just going to hope and pray that everything goes well, and we're going to hope and pray that it's a good day.
Did
and
your body maybe telling you that it needed a little bit of a break before you do
no,
something
I don't
big
know
and
what's
bad?
going on.
You don't know?
It just is having this pure anxiety. Like 10 minutes before I'm supposed to go do something, it's like this rush of overwhelming anxiety of everything that could go wrong. So it's part of my life and I just have to work around it. And the only way you work around it is by doing it, right?
Mhm.
Exposure therapy, by doing things that you don't want to do, in those difficult situations, as my dog whines like a little cow.
We can't hear him.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Oh. So it's just, we're just going through a phase, and it will not last for a little bit, and it will last for a little bit, and we're just going to work through it.
So I can see, like you just said, a fear of the anxiety and the fear of
Yeah,
something
there's
going wrong.
So much fear. And even when I'm going outside or riding my Peloton or I'm going to miss a phone call, that's what pure anxiety is.
Now I can now I can understand a little bit better your request of a desire to get back on the bike that you know and you're comfortable with, being the Diverge, as opposed to the bike that you're uncomfortable and it's unknowing.
Yeah, so that's a little bit scary too. It's also like, I think I looked up the sticker value of this bike, and I was like, things I shouldn't have done with my students. Like, I should not look up the price of a bike, and that is an overwhelming thing.
Wait, but you actually looked up the price with your students?
Yeah, she called me and freaked out. I'm like, well, why did you even show your kids?
Well, you do know that Joey's not paying what you're seeing on
No,
that.
I get that. That. It's just also another fear. Like, that's a very expensive bike. I'm not a high-end rider. Like, these are all worries that people out there have to be having.
Okay, no, I'll stop you on that one, because just because you're not at a level that you feel like justifies the quality of the bike that you're riding, I don't think that's a valid argument, because the quality of the bike that you're riding gives you the opportunity to enjoy it more. And you should never sell yourself short on what you can do to enjoy something. So, and I would say bikes are made to be ridden, and bikes quite inevitably sometimes are made to be laid down as well.
Or put through a swamp.
Yeah. I mean, that's what that bike was designed to do. That bike is designed to attack things that are dirty and muddy and rocky and grimy, and they will inevitably jump up and ding that bike. But I'm going to say this, the colors on your bike, I think, will hide that very well.
So if my bike gets water in it, it's not going to, because it's electric.
No, I proved that when I submerged my entire Diverge frame in a swamp in Florida.
Your Diverge was like R2
underwater,
shifters? Okay.
Underwater, fully underwater. I was walking through a swamp when I got lost. That was like, okay, well, it's just ankle deep now. Okay, well, it's just knee deep now. Okay, well, it's just waist deep now. And I'm literally pushing my bike through the water. So, and it came out the other side with no problems. In fact, I probably had a worse time at Unpaid with the grit and the stuff that got up in it. But the water, no problem.
Did nothing.
Nope. Didn't affect it. Didn't phase it. Didn't do anything. So playing with the dog during the podcast is probably not a good idea. We can't hear him.
As a supportive husband, I'll do whatever she wants. As a bike mechanic, had she come in and told me that, I would just say no.
But here's where I want to go with that, is that I don't think you should be fearful of the Crux, because I think what Joey said, and once you do actually get on that bike, you're going to find that the operation of that bike is very simple.
Much easier than the
It's
Diverge.
so much easier than the Diverge. But I think what's in your way is the worry and the anxiety over it. So, and that's hard, Joey, to get around and to get away from. So, understand that. Next week on Frasier.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
There's got to be other people driving.
We're gonna get complaints about it being too serious.
There has to be people out there who are like thinking to themselves like, "Oh, I've been in this spot before."
Yes.
So
yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
help a girl out, people out there. Like,
The
reach
best
out.
cure for that is to cycle through bikes as quick as I do.
Then you never get attached to one or feel like it's I think your best choice, Jess, is to actually go out on the Crux and ride it, because I think what you should honestly do is take it for 3 or 4 laps around Dow Road. Don't ride the island. Don't go down the island and deal with cars and traffic and all that other stuff. You got, a mile and a half of gravel right outside your door.
Prime Solomon's gravel route.
Probably some of the best and only gravel in Calvert County is literally outside your front door. So I would take that Crux out. Anytime you've got 15 or 20 minutes, loop it around there, and you'll realize, like, oh, okay, this is actually really easy, because if I hit the button on this side, it gets easier. And if I hit the button on that side, it gets harder.
It's going to be like
But
that
is there like
TikTok
more than
where she's like, this is
Nope.
nice.
You tap it one time.
There's not like I had to go up in shifters and down in shifters.
Nope.
Like I had to move through cycles like 7 up, 7 down.
Nope.
When do you do that on your Diverge?
Like
Well-
click, and then I'm like, oh, I have no thing.
So she's trying to run the gear all the way from one end to the other as opposed to micro shifting. So what you're doing is you're saying, oh, it just got harder to pedal, so I need to shift my rear derailleur all the way as far as I can to make it easier.
Yeah.
When really the way to think about it is, I feel like my cadence is slowing down, so I actually want to go one click. And then you'll feel your cadence come back. And then when your cadence starts to drop off again, it's one click. As opposed to this like grabbing a whole bunch of gears, just take it one at a time. And with that, can't you hold the button and it will shift?
It'll shift as long as you hold it for.
Yep. So if, for some reason...
I can set it up to hold 3 gears. You go 3 gears at a time, continual, all that good stuff.
So
do that from my phone.
If you want to, like what they say is...
You can turn my bike on from your phone?
I can adjust your bike from my phone.
Yeah. So if you want...
Does it have an app where I can turn it on and like auto start it so it gets
so it warms
warm,
up?
warms the seat up for when I'm cold?
If you want to, what they do is called grab a bunch of gear, which you won't have to do at Croatan, quite honestly. In a climbing environment, maybe. But in Croatan where it's flat, you're going to be more... You'll be better off just grabbing 1 or 2 gears at a time. But if you push that button on one side or the other, it will continue to shift until it can't go anymore. But you don't have to tap. Like on the Diverge, you have to tap.
Yeah.
All you have to do on the Crux is just hold the button. It's like clicking a mouse.
What's cool is I rode my Athos yesterday, and I connected to the app, and I have a low battery detector, which I know is my friend. It says I have 6 to 15 hours left. It alerted me.
I charged my Di2 today.
Yeah.
Before I went down, even though I don't think it was anywhere near. But I think anytime before you go to an event, it's a good idea to throw your bike on the charger and get your batteries all topped off. Now,
you know what's cool with Jessica's bike to make her feel a little more confident? Probably she's never gonna worry about it, but I just have a spare battery in her saddlebag now.
Okay, does she know how to change it?
No, I'm gonna show her.
Oh hell no, I don't know how to change it.
So
but
you won't have to worry about that.
Hundreds of cyclists, so if it's at least on there,
mm-hmm.
I mean, she's not gonna change it flat if she gets it, but if she has all the stuff,
okay,
sure. She got dyno plugs, she got tubes, she got everything, and
I guess that's the beautiful thing about an event like this. And in the ground, if something goes wrong, you're gonna have people around you. And Joey,
don't call me. I'll put my truck in one of those ditches, but I will come find you. Probably by foot.
The Outback could make it. Outback can make it through.
That's staying here.
What are you taking? You're taking the truck?
Taking the work truck.
Oh, that's right.
And the trailer, which is our humble home
about that.
one night if it rains.
Got it.
No one else invited. It's our clubhouse.
So I guess the point is, feel comfortable on the Crux, because I think it honestly just a couple of times, take it 15 minutes. Don't go down and ride the island. Go for a ride.
Yeah. Take
Take the bike out and do a couple of laps around the Dow gravel, and then come back and park the bike. And then think about it. I was like, okay, did this. And
is that how hardly packed or loose packed the gravel is at Croatan?
This will be looser in areas.
So this is a lot looser in areas, and this is actually a lot more pockmarked, meaning, all those little holes out there in the gravel. The last time I did Croatan was right before the 2019 the 2020 when it got shut down. But I had gone down there a month before and rode it, and it was a lot like Dow Road.
Remember Holly's Shelter? It was exactly the same, minus the big holes.
Yeah.
Which was like hero gravel.
Yeah. So I think that's the
best. Why do you call it hero gravel?
Because it ain't quicksand. Which apparently was a thing today. No, hero gravel is just like nice, graded. There's no washboard. There's no potholes. And there's stuff like that out there, but like it's just a nice, well-groomed surface. It's not super chunky like the fire road over at St. Mary's Lake, and it's not paved. It just flows really well. Remember how smooth it was? But it was still gravel, and there was still some work. But
you could almost hero gravel. I think you can almost forget you're on gravel and think you're on tarmac or asphalt. So I think there's that kind of a connotation. Okay. So have we talked you back from the Diverge cliff?
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see if I can take it out. Blake has dog trick class at 7:30, so we'll try to get out after my faculty meeting at 5 and before 7:30.
10 minutes. That's what I say. 10 minutes. Small chunks, small bits, small pieces. The amount of time that you would worry about getting out there, you'd be back. Maybe that's the way to think about it. So anyway, let's I don't know. Let's move on.
Strava Club. Oh, that was Joey this time. All right, top 100 random rider shoutouts. Reese Stanley from Team Go Green Racing, which is a Strava title, from Tyler, Texas, 244.1. Then we have Mark Wish from Front Royal, Virginia, with 133.7, and Ann Schroll. Did I say that right?
I think so.
From Chatham, Illinois, which I think maybe she's been on here before, with 107.4.
I actually think Ann was just a few weeks ago.
Oh.
So, good deal.
A random
Right
pickouts at the shop today.
Nice.
Probably the crappy weather on Saturday, but our 100 mile or our top 100 was only 103.7 this week.
Yeah. It was weird weather this week.
It was so weird. On Saturday, it was like snowing and raining and icing. And then Sunday, it was like sunny. It was a little cold, but it was nice,
it was blowing about 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
The wind has just seemed nonstop, incessant. Just won't go away.
I did put we reached 100, or we reached 1,000 members, which is false. We actually went back from 809 to 808.
Oh, no.
So it was probably Carrie because she doesn't want the mustache.
Probably, or it's probably somebody we pissed off by.
Yeah. So strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
Okay, so the big news this week in the world of gravel, obviously, is Mid-South.
Just wrapped up.
Just finished up.
It looks more amazing every year.
Have you ever been tempted?
I have. This was the closest I think I told Jessica I ever wanted.
You know, I was registered for it last year, and then it went virtual.
I remember that.
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't know whatever juju they give off. It just seems like it seems fun.
I think it would be
a very hard fun, but it seems fun.
I think it would be a tremendous opportunity. I'm equating that to what we're going to do with Gravel Worlds, how we're going to go out for like the whole week and, kind of.
I wish.
Yeah, we're going out. Well, I know you're not, but we're going out on Tuesday and going to be there all the way through the weekend. And so that big party atmosphere and then staying for a couple of days after the event. I'm excited about that. But anyway, what happened in Mid-South, Joe? Let's start with the ladies.
Well, let's start. It snowed on Friday before for those folks without social media or didn't keep up with it. But it was we got to 18 degrees.
So our Russian listeners probably don't know anything about what happened.
Maybe we'll kick off all over the world now.
We're not kicking off.
Not Russia.
No.
Let's say, anyway, the night before it snowed, or the day before, it was
like hard snow. I
think I got dusting, but the fact that it snowed and was 18 degrees was the low,
and then
it all went away, and
red mud.
Yeah. Women's wise, I was trying to. So the thing I really liked about Mid-South, especially this year, is they were awesome with their updates. They had a follow car for the males, follow car for the females. And through their Instagram, just had constant updates of what was going on.
Cool.
For the folks watching, I do enjoy watching the competitive side of that. Obviously it's not what I do at all, but it is nice seeing what the men and women are doing. And just times you thought someone was going to do something that didn't happen, or vice versa, just kept changing. I butcher her name, Lauren De Crescenza. How do you say that?
Crescenzo.
She won on Unbound last year, right?
Yep.
From Team Cinch. She won after she had a nice breakaway. Had a loose. I know she had a loose. Was it aero bar? I heard about, and I guess it's in the article right now. And she rode solo for a while, and it was windy as heck out there.
Wow.
I know there was. I was reading an article from the guy's side. And they treated it like an actual, almost like a road event as far as strategy to keep out of the wind and working like that. So riding solo like that to keep everyone else away and win. Because the other two females, they're really strong riders too.
That was the 2 and 3 placers.
Yeah, is it Sylvia Blanc? I know she's a big mountain biker, and I think she was a U.S. champ or national champ and stuff in that. She was a really strong rider, and I thought she was going to win. But 12 minutes behind. That's pretty big.
Wow.
For something like that, but that was pretty cool.
She was third. Who was second? Mariah Wilson?
Yeah, specialized rider. It's so weird seeing like team names next to all this stuff now.
Yeah.
And then for the men's, Cole Patton, another Orange Seal, he's young. He is a first-time winner. And the men's race was I would say a little more neck and neck. The women duked it out pretty good. There was a crash like at mile somewhere in the mid 90s. I forgot his name. I should have put in notes. Anyway, dude broke his collarbone.
Ow. Been there, done that.
100% had a brain fart. But then, Mr. King went down in that too, but he got back up. And in the spirit of gravel, the group got back together and kept riding. But then, Cole Patton did a little break at the very end.
He's only 23 years old, right?
Yeah. So he, within like the last 10 miles, he did a breakaway.
The strength of youth.
Yeah.
So
are they street youth? Like gravel youth?
Gravel youth.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, because I think what we've seen in gravel the last 5 or 6 years has been the professional that is no longer road racing that turns to gravel and performs. Yeah. Now we're seeing a younger generation of gravel specific racers coming along that are I'm sure he's road raced and all that, but at 23 years old, I'm sure if your team may or may not allow you to go do some crazy gravel event.
I mean, Lauren's young too.
How old is she? Do you know?
That's a good question.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Sorry about that.
Fact checking.
No, that's okay. I mean, I find it interesting that it's this younger and younger crowd, whereas just not that long ago it was.
Oh, she's 31.
Well, still young.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
32 next month. So. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool watch. I love how Mid-South had the constant live feed.
Yeah.
Or not even a live feed, just updates. It was cool.
Wonder how long it'll take for the video to come out, or somebody to produce something that kind of walks through the story of the event. I wish they would
ride around with Matt in the back of a Honda Ruckus this weekend.
I kind of wish that there was a way that there was a media company that did that faster. That
there you go, Brian.
Kind of jumped out.
Entrepreneur.
That's a lot of work. It'd take a lot of capital and resources to turn that over. Yeah. But somebody out there could actually do it. I think do quite well with it.
Yeah.
Follow some of these larger, especially the larger gravel events, and turn over the video story of the event a little quicker. I'm sure there's tons of people that will actually do it, but I would much rather see it sooner rather than later.
Like a really good quality video of it and everything.
Yeah, but
there is some big names out there. They had Laura King was out there riding. She was riding pregnant. We had
every big name.
We had Marley with Chamois Butter and I Am Specialized and Pearl Izumi out there riding.
No, I think she just got picked up by Cannondale.
Oh, did she? Yeah. Oh, she did. You're right, because she had a picture with Laura King.
Yeah, I don't think she had a bike sponsor.
Yeah.
Now she's on the Cannondale.
You said that Laura is expecting.
Correct.
And do we know at what stage in her?
Oh, she's pregnant.
Like straight up, like.
I
guess you're either pregnant or you're not pregnant.
Hey Siri, how far is Laura King?
I'm just curious where
Ted King actually lends to us. He's gonna punch us.
Yeah.
No, Laura crushed it. I want to say, didn't she? She
That's
did
pretty badass.
She did another event pregnant before. I mean, she rides all. Like if you followed her when they had their first kid, she rode pregnant. All the way up. I think
that's pretty badass.
Which is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
She would actually post videos of her pumping at rest stops, and then giving Ted King the packets of milk. Sorry, guys.
To take to
that's
the baby.
A natural thing.
To take to the baby, I hope.
Yeah.
I think Brian was. Yeah.
That's not Ted King's secret sauce.
Oh my God.
Wow. Anyway, no, Laura King's a beast.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
We need Laura King on here over Ted King.
There you go.
But I'll take Ted King.
It's
coming.
It's coming. We're gonna.
Anyway,
we'll get him on.
Like Jess said, like this year there was a lot of. I mean, everyone goes out to that.
Yeah.
That Bobby Wintole just puts on everyone loves him. But
it's because he stays at the finish line,
hugs everyone,
everybody that comes across.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
Pumps up the party.
Yeah.
Mr. Nate Baron von Frentipens looked like he had a blast too. Like he's the one that was following his stuff too. I was like, wow.
Cool.
Look cool. Anyway, that's it. Now let's get down to the real gravel events.
So-
Because the East Coast is the best coast, not the Midwest or the West Coast.
The East Coast is the best coast. You want to talk about the schedule of events that's going to take place
Yes,
this coming
for
weekend?
those listeners.
Okay. Okay. So let's start with the long weekend because long weekend comes first. The official race weekend
You kick
starts
off long
Friday.
weekend stuff.
So what we're doing is Larry, Ted, and I are going down on Wednesday to the Speedway. We're going to camp at the Speedway on Wednesday night. Then we get up Thursday, and Thursday is 10 a.m. Depart from the Speedway. That is the timing for the departure from the Speedway is 10 a.m. I think we do 70-ish miles.
75.
I actually think it came up a little bit short underneath the 75. And we go out to a campground on the other side of the state forest, national forest, and we camp there. Now, lots of out and backs, lots of little loop-de-loos, and not really sure. We have no idea, but the instructions that we received were to be ready to be self-sufficient. So we are prepared to be
What if
self-sufficient.
you happen to stop by a Wegmans?
So we are going to stop by Harris Teeter.
All right,
So-
I was just hypothetically speaking use Wegmans. Okay,
No, we're actually going to do that. He actually
that
lists
is
those.
self-supported.
He actually lists them as supply stops.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, actually listed a couple of little stores, but you don't pass many. And it's either on one side of the national forest or the other. The problem is the middle. There ain't nothing in the middle.
I told you you can buy alcohol at Harris Teeter in
So-
North Carolina.
Our plan, we decided at first we were like, okay, when we get to the campground, let's order some pizza and have it door dashed. And there was some conversation amongst the three of us about whether that would actually be within bounds of
It's
the
100% if you
spirit
ask
of
me.
the event. But we actually looked at the routes and realized that he takes us pretty far north, almost pretty doggone close to New Bern. And there's a Harris Teeter that's literally just like a mile and a half off course. So our plan is instead of carrying everything to make food, which obviously adds to your pack weight and everything, and carrying food, like so even if it's dehydrated, it's going to add bulk. We are going to just simply go to the Harris Teeter and chow at the Harris Teeter at the grocery store, maybe stuff something in the jersey pocket to bring back to camp for a little bit later. And that's the course. That's our plan for food for the day. I am carrying a lot of scratch gels. I'm carrying a lot of granola bars. I've got some peanuts. I have some M&Ms. So that's sort of my food for the day. And then Friday morning, we wake back up and we don't actually reverse course. We kind of go a slightly different route. I'm sure there's some crossover just simply because of the roads that we're going to ride. And but then we come back to the Speedway on Friday, and that Friday night we camp at the Speedway, and then we will participate. We will participate in the Friday events, which is typically when everything sort of kicks off for the whole of the event.
Yes. So Friday you show up. You have from noon until 7 p.m. to get to the Cape Carteret Speedway. If you're camping, whatnot, you want to set up in the pit. You take all your crap then because you ain't doing it Saturday. I'll tell you that. So the timing and numbers, if you have to do anything with that, you have from 3 to 7 to do that.
Now, everybody got their number plates
Correct.
in the mail.
And it should have the timing chip on the
Yep.
back. So you're pretty set up. So you can set it up. I mean, I wouldn't put it on your bike and then drive down. It blows off. But that's ready to go. Jess's is right under you in the bench. And then, so you have 3 to 7 to sort anything out that you need to do with that. Obviously come to the Speedway for that. There will be a pop-up. Did he put that? Oh, yeah. Rich. He was going to have a pop-up there, too, of the Rich Supply Shop while you're there. So you can do some shopping, get your crap in line.
So you can have CBD. I'm running short on my CBD.
Already?
Yes, I am.
Why didn't you tell me? I
Pounding.
literally could have had it by today and ordered it last night. I could order it by 7 o'clock tonight. You'd have it before you left tomorrow.
No, it's okay. I've actually got enough to get me through
All right.
the weekend, but I'm
All right, well,
starting to run short.
I assume it's a Rich Supply pop up for all your needs from Ridge Supply. While you're there, hang out a little bit. There's going to be the barbecue dinner. It's from 5 to 7 at the infield of the Speedway. And then there will be a race meeting if you want to hear that at 7 p.m. There'll still be some light time before it gets dark time to do that. And then I don't know about you guys. I'll be creating a big old hoopla because I ain't riding tomorrow next day. So I assume most people will probably start going to bed if they're camping there. People that are staying over in Emerald Island and stuff probably going to head out and go get their stuff prepped.
We've talked about like when we get back Friday after a couple of days, we in the bushes that we're gonna go. We'll participate in the barbecue thing, but I think we're gonna try to sneak out and grab a little bite to eat.
Oh, there's a great McDonald's in town.
Nice. That's exactly what I'm.
Well, we're
for.
simple people.
20-piece nuggets, please.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Spicy's back. Did you see that?
Are you serious?
No.
Don't. Dang it, Brian. Actually, there's been times I've gone down there to see my friend Dan or picked up boats or something, and they've had spicy nuggets in North Carolina.
Really?
The spicy nuggets from McDonald's are pretty on point.
Okay.
All right. So
Saturday.
Maybe you did go to sleep. Maybe you didn't go to sleep if you have your race day jitters. 2 hours of sleep is always perfect in my book because that's usually what I get the night before the big event. 6 a.m. the Speedway opens. If you have to get anything set up there, go back. So Matt also has it for last minute timing, number issues, all that good stuff. You put on your bike, drove it home that night, back to your hotel, wherever, thing blew off. Oh, good luck. Hope someone has your tracker on you, but no, I'm sure Matt can sort you out. You have all the way up to 7:30 to do that. Then at 7:45, 7:50, everyone needs to line up, no matter what you are, the whole shebang. It's a big old mass start. Maybe they want the GTD boys to lead this one out. Everyone rolls out neutral until you hit the gravel. I believe Matt and was it Brandon Frazier lead everyone in ruckuses.
Brandon Frazier, like the actor?
No. I was looking at the volunteer list.
Okay.
But Brandon Frazier, no, we're not fighting mummies out there. Let's see.
Neutral rollout.
Yeah, neutral rollout. Like I said, that's a neutral rollout, probably, or that's led by the ruckuses out to the actual gravel. There's no farm this year to worry about, so they will lead you to where you need to go. And at 10:20, for those riders who have a little more pep in their step, they should be arriving back to finish a lap at the Speedway. At 11:30, yeah,
Wow,
I'd be about a quarter of the way done.
That's 75 miles.
You do you, Bill.
If he's talking about the first lap for the Buck 50,
maybe, probably, never know.
Wow. Okay.
All right, at 11:30 is the podium for the 50.
Wow.
Then the Buck riders, which is the 100s, should be showing up around 1 p.m. 3 p.m. is the podium for that. Bless you. So if you're doing 100, stick around for the podium at 3 o'clock. Also stick around because you should cheer on the other riders. And it's a big old hoopla down there. And then at 4 o'clock, if you are departing, you're going to need a light. So if you're even mentally thinking about the cutoff or anything like that, just bring your light. Don't be one of those people.
Yeah.
I'll bring 2 lights. I'll rent them out for $100 each.
I'll actually have a light.
And I'll only do half charge. Get it? 4:30.
I just got that. It took me a second, but I just got it.
The Buck 50 riders are expected back around 4:30. Brian, I don't know if that's going to be you.
Well, I'm only riding the Buck.
I'll be waiting. I will.
I'm only doing the Buck. I'm not doing the Buck 50.
You serious, Clark?
Yes, I'm doing the Buck. I'm not doing the Buck 50.
All right. Well, that's probably around when Brian will start riding back anyway, too.
When did this Buck 50 ride? It's 4:30. Yeah, that's what I'll be
4:30. Yeah. The podium for the Buck 50, the big one, is at 6:30. And then at 7 p.m. the food service concludes. So
Cool.
I actually should have asked, but I do not 100% know the full cutoff time. I'm 100% that Matt will answer that at check-in and all the volunteers, and it'll be at the pre-ride meeting at 7 o'clock.
You mean the cutoff so that you can't go back out on the second lap?
Correct.
Okay.
Either that or
Well, I would say that if 4 p.m. is if you're departing for your final lap of 75 miles at 4 p.m. or your final lap of 40 miles for the Buck,
yeah. You're not going to be out there alone. There will be, I assume. Excuse me if you're listening. This is not part of my secret. There will be a sweep, just like any event. So yeah.
So, what secrets do you have? You promised secrets at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. The secrets. There's great red fishing down in Swansboro.
Oh my God!
I didn't say what it was
Man named
about.
Captain Perry.
Perry McDougal. McFly fishing. Can't he's amazing. I'm going to go fishing with him Sunday. But no, I was joking about the secrets.
Okay.
There's no secrets. If you I'm not a secret kind of person. I just tell you what.
No, straight up.
Yeah. Don't
Right
tell
out
me a
there.
secret because I'll tell someone your secret. That being said, just kidding. No, that's about it. Just a quick run-in if people haven't gone over the website. So the camping is on the back outer rim and parts of the speedway. There's a couple sections for that. I'll stake out a good area.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, see, because we're coming in Wednesday.
I'll save you a spot.
And I don't.
But you're packing all your stuff up.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be. My plan. I'm not actually. I've got my bike packing gear packed in my bags, and I'm bringing my car camping gear for when I'm at the speedway.
Yes.
So I've got double the camping stuff, but I don't want to leave anything set up unattended because that's never a good idea.
Here's a secret: if you are camping and you don't know, there are showers at the speedway.
Okay, that
is
very
one
good.
heck of a secret.
That
if you
is
ask
very
me.
good information.
Yeah, that's a better secret than my half-charge light I'm giving you.
That's very good information.
No, which half of the charge you get, it's up to you.
You get the first half.
Yeah.
I will take the first half of the charge, please.
You want it half empty or half full?
So
That's
go
about
to
it.
go to the website croatanbuck50.com if
Just
you've
scroll
got
down.
more questions, or if you're thinking about doing the event next year.
Yep.
And you didn't get in this year, that's a great place to go find that information. And we'll do a recap of the actual event next week. Make sure you tune in
Full recap.
for episode 164, where we're actually going to tell the tales of Croatan. This is the secrets of Croatan. Next week is the tales of Croatan.
It'll be the crux of Croatan.
Right.
We will decide whether it was good to put Jessica on the crux or not.
It probably won't be.
No,
No,
I
it will
think it's
be.
going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be.
You
I
got
think
some
it's gonna be
strong
great.
legs there, Miss Jessica. You'll be fine. It's
You're
all in
gonna
your
be
head.
fine.
It's always in your head for you. You got to do
Look,
the.
Joey, it's Catfish Lake.
Oh, I do love some catfish.
Now you have ramped us back up to 4 this or that.
I did. Go big or go home. I did the show notes, Yeah.
Okay.
So this one's like pure prep. Like you've in the last 8 months, in the last year, you've prepped for 2 major events.
Uh-huh.
That's how I did this or that.
Nice. Okay.
This is the Brian this or that.
So the first item up on this week's this or that is an elevation flat event like Croatan, or a climbing event like Unpaved. Jess?
I'm gonna do a flat event.
Yeah.
But my secrets for this event is it's better than being at work. It's better than being at work. It's better than being at work, right? So when stuff gets really shitty, you can just think about it. Well, I could be at work right now, or I could be doing schoolwork right now. So
Yeah. Well, then we go out for the 100. I don't know if we're going to want to ride together all day, but we can certainly do the first
no, I'm good. Thanks,
15, 20 miles or whatever.
No, I'm
and
good.
kind of.
You go
Okay,
out and
you
do
just
your
go right.
thing,
You go
babe.
right ahead and leave me there.
You do your thing, boo.
There's a big group of Nadine, Lori, a bunch of the ladies. I don't know if Jess will ride with them or what. Or just zone out and put in her aftershocks.
Jess kind of just likes to zone out and put in her aftershocks and say it's not work.
There you go. That's a great way to approach it.
I know.
It's like just get her done. For me, I've not done a big flat event like Croatan.
You've never done the Seagull Century?
No, never done Seagull. Never done the Seagull Century. I don't really have a desire to do that. There's way too many people. It's like, 5,000 people, something stupid like that? That's way too many
I literally
people.
only redid it to impress a woman.
What woman was that?
It was some hot brunette over on the Eastern Shore. It paid off, though.
I think Unpaved for me at this point. I'll answer this one again.
As far as prep work?
Oh, as far as prep, I don't know. I kind of approached them both about the same. It's just time on bike. I feel like I had more outdoor time to prepare for Unpaved because of being a fall event as opposed to a very early spring event. But I feel like I'm as ready can be. I mean, I don't fear the 65, 70 back-to-back days and the 100-mile day. I don't really. It's not too concerning to me right now. I could eat those words here in a few days, but we'll see. What about you?
Well, I didn't prep for. I don't know. I don't think we had so much outdoor riding for unpaved. For that was, and I wasn't ready for unpaved. In all actuality, but we had nice weather way before it. Versus being stuck inside, like people prepping for Croatan. That's a lot of work because it's a lot of indoor.
It's hard work.
It's hard, yeah. Not my kind of thing. Now that being said,
it's mental. It's a lot of mental work. I think. Yeah.
I tried to get ready for it. Not the best, like 2 years ago before COVID. But I was, I did better prepping for. It's like I just said, I wasn't ready for unpaved like I should have been, but I still did it.
Oh, you got it done in plenty.
But yeah, I don't know. It's riding flat sucks.
So one of the things we didn't really talk about was the weather for this weekend. It's supposed to be absolutely perfect for Saturday. No, it's okay. I mean, it's in the forecast. We can't. Nothing I say here.
Tell you what, that Crux has a lot of clearance.
The weather. Okay.
Full of mud buildup.
Okay. Second item, Jess. Lose your Strava ride or lose your flat kit, i.e. Joey.
Technically, I don't know how to use any of them. No. So I don't really use Strava. I don't really use Strava.
So who cares?
Who the hell cares? Yeah. I mean, if I lose Joey, that's a big deal,
So when you say
lose me as in lose Joey or lose the flat kit?
Like, I could lose a flat kit too. I mean, there's been plenty of like rides that I've got a flat on and I don't know how to change it. I'm just waiting on the side of the road for somebody to help me.
Seagull Century.
Yeah. And the ride we did over here, nobody would help me fix my flat tire.
Who was that? Where was that?
It was a women's ride.
No, we were all the way by Bud's Creek.
Oh, she did Smecco.
Yeah.
Smecco. God. Now, when you say lose your flat kit, does that include the Dynaplug?
It's gone.
The Dynaplug?
It's gone.
Okay, so it's not just tube repair.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Okay, well, first off, I would much rather lose my Strava ride because that Dynaplug kit was not cheap. So I could manually recreate a Strava ride.
More.
Yeah, I could do that. So I think I'm going to go with losing my Strava ride.
Wow.
Yeah. Surprise you? Did I surprise you with that answer?
Actually, you did, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you would have gone with the lose flat kit.
That's a pure cash decision right there.
Oh, boy. Cash money. Actually, we rode yesterday, and our ride got cut very short by my CO2. I had my whole flat kit Dynaplug. I actually committed to start riding without a tube. With dogs like Mariah Carey down here. So Joe Oster was back. He's got I've been racing for the Naval Academy legs, but thank God he had a flat but didn't have his CO2 head. My CO2 head was, so I had to ride back to his van and drive the Oster van to pick him up.
Well, wait a minute. What was the matter with your CO2 head?
So my CO2 head itself was on my Kona.
Oh, okay.
I threw my Athos back together for the first time this year, rode it outside, which felt amazing.
I need to get a second speed sleeve.
I have multiple kits, but with all this bike stuff moving around in wintertime, I don't have it all paired up. So I had everything except for the head of the CO2 canisters, and Joe didn't have anything except the tube. And so, yeah, we got...
Did you see what he just did?
No.
He went over to the food door and started nosing it.
Oh, yeah.
He boy's hungry.
He's angry, though.
He's either hungry or angry. One of the two.
Yeah, I would probably lose my Strava ride.
Yeah.
I just thought you would be you're a Strava guy.
I can recreate that. I don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I could recreate that. That's no big deal. But losing the flat kit would be money. The Dynaplug kits are not cheap. I'm telling you, that's my
and man, try having 4 bikes.
Whew. Oh God. So
actually, we gotta pick out a nice Dynaplug color for Jessica to have.
I think something very bright.
There is a nice anodized purple. I think would look great.
Yep, that'd be nice.
But I should let Jessica pick her colors. Actually,
yeah.
Usually I just throw her stuff together and she just rides with what she rides. Yeah, she just shook her head no.
So third item on this or that. Post-ride event, in the context of the post-ride event, only be allowed to have 1 beer, but a great DJ/band, or 3 beer tickets with no DJ or band.
I usually give my beer tickets to somebody else.
That's me.
So I usually I don't need any of them, but
I'm like a sister deep.
I don't need like a DJ Mikey in the house, like fist pumping, like Jersey Shore style. So
Yeah,
it's a you know, like the unsa.
Not the music I was thinking.
So when you say great DJ or band, what you're talking about is like just like a cool vibe music thing going on.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Like Chris Stapleton is playing the post ride.
you got Watch House / Mandolin Orange playing in the background on something. You got like
Or the smooth jazz tones of Alex Bizarro.
yes.
See,
We're
there we
going
go.
to see Alex Bizarro on Thursday.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw him in the shop tonight. And I'm like, you know what? I see him on Facebook every time. I see it,
always
it's like
screw
the
up.
day after
I
you've done it.
Screw up the nights where I'm like on the couch and I'm like, crap, Jessica, it's Thursday night and I meant to go see Alex.
He said he does Thursday nights, right? At
Yeah,
CD
we're going.
Cafe?
We have a date night, me and her.
Oh,
You won't be here, so you want to go?
next. I was
So I
thinking about
formally
next
offered
week.
you to be nice, but you.
I was thinking about next week. See, this was your opportunity to go, Brian, come join us for like.
That's what I just
and
did.
I would be like, oh, I can't, and so, but maybe next week.
There is a star on the calendar.
I'm not gonna go there.
That's Alex Bizarro.
I would also go with just the one beer, but a great vibe at the end of an event. I don't really need the beer thing. So, where are you at, Joey? I'm very curious about what your answer is going to be with this.
No, I'm not a huge binge. I'm not like a big partier.
Yeah,
I had a good time, but I think I'd rather have a nice. I'm quality over quantity. I'm in my mid 30s soon. I'd rather have like a nice good beer with like a nice, nice ambiance, some nice, whether it's just some new grass or something.
The
like,
Memphis Ducks parading in their little pond.
yeah, that some nice.
something unique.
I like that blues rock, kind of that twangy blues rock. Not twangy, but like.
And I actually think most gravel events you're going to find that better vibe at the end of the event as opposed to them.
I'm just saying, you show up. Yeah,
because it's all
you want to
about
be
the
able to have
experience.
unlimited beer, drink beer, and just kind of.
Fourth item, last item, straight up choice: Mid-South or Unbound.
I don't know.
I don't
Probably
know.
Mid-South. I don't know. There seem to be a lot of friendly people there. I don't know.
I don't know either because I've never done either one of them.
Yeah.
I tried to do Mid-South. I haven't even attempted to get into Unbound, so I don't know. But just based on appearances, I would go with Mid-South.
Mid-South looked really fun. There looks like there's really
In
great
a dry
people there.
year.
I feel like
Because Mid-South in the rain and that red mud is a bike destroyer. Remember when we had Kelly Paddock on here when she was like talking about how she destroyed her bike at Mid-South? So I would go with Mid-South under perfect weather conditions, but Unbound any other time.
For all you folks with bikes with future shocks, cover your ears. But it is so nice that her Crux does not have a future shock.
It doesn't make that rattling noise.
I am not.
It also
I
it's
love Specialized.
a point of failure.
It's just it's a moving part.
Yeah, it's a point of failure.
I mean, the ride quality on the Crux is amazing, but
And-
no future shock to go wrong with like a messy event like Croatan could be sloppy or anything. Like anywhere grit could get into, it's going to destroy.
And
Kelly's
she
a
destroyed that, right?
Yeah.
She destroyed the future shock. That's me. And the Redshift does not suffer that because it's polymers.
correct.
You can get the grit and the grime in there, but it's easy enough to open it up and clean it out, and
Yeah.
you don't have the problem. So, did you actually answer the question?
Oh, I'm going Mid-South.
Mid-South?
I've experienced the at the time different
Dirty
event.
Cancel,
But while it's amazing, I feel like they do so much. My big thing with Mid-South, other than how cool it seems, is all everyone wants to do now is make rides longer and ridiculous. And Mid-South's 100 miles.
Yeah.
100 miles is far. 30 miles is far. They don't need to make anything ridiculous, exotic, extravagant. Like, let's go do 400 miles, all this other stuff. Or, like, you're not cool unless you do the 200 miler and stuff. Like, they make every distance cool there.
I like the way that Matt's doing the long weekend for Croatan because it's not competitive on those first 2 days. It's just experience and it's fun.
Yeah.
And then you actually do compete on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious. I have no idea how many people are actually doing the long weekend. Do you have any idea on that?
75.
75, really?
I don't know. I think that was the cap, though.
Oh, okay. I know he wanted. I remember him talking earlier about how he wanted to try to keep it smaller. Before we shut this thing down, though, I do want to send a shout out to Lars Johansson, who just came in as a new $10 a month patron. Hats
We
off.
salute
Thanks,
you.
Lars.
What was that? Was it Budweiser? We salute you, Mr.
Mr. Gravel Bike Podcast supporter.
Mr. Gravel Bike Podcast supporter.
That's his new name.
Oh
Lars,
my God, that
Lars,
was so good.
Lars, you just got a name. Mr. Gravel Bike Podcast supporter. I hope you enjoy that. But anyway, yes, thank you.
Thank you,
very
Lars.
much.
It does go towards some
we-
serious potty and stuff.
we we put it to good use. Maybe. I don't know. I hope we do. You guys got anything else before we shut it down?
Good luck to everyone this weekend. Come say hi. Oh man, here's my secret.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rip this one up.
Oh,
It's not
Lord.
a secret. I will have hats. Well, unless UPS does UPS out, I will have hats in hand at Croatan.
Oh, score.
Basically, there's a couple people that have messaged me, but if you haven't before, my plans to
more likely than not, you will
have them in person.
You will have them there, and you will probably not come home with any.
Well, I'm going to leave a select few here just so I don't screw that up.
Okay.
It'd suck if I
Okay.
didn't have one.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
can order
yeah.
more. But that being said, I'll have extra patches. You're going to have shirts.
I got the shirts for the Ukrainian.
The shirts we're doing for the
relief.
Ukraine effort. The hats and patches are doing for the Joey effort because I prepaid a lot of money out of mine and Jess's bank account ahead of time. So if I can break even on those.
I've got buttons. I've got GTD buttons. I've got
I got a
pavement
little bit of
ends
stickers left.
Buttons. I don't think we have a lot of stickers left. We really need to.
No, I just found the bag of extras from Philly.
Oh, score.
They're on
Nice.
Jessica's desk, so
Okay.
I stole a Love You Buy. I have a very select few Love You Buys left, probably
Okay.
20.
Okay.
So if you're cool,
You might get a love you buy.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not cool,
Then you may not get a love you buy.
you might get a I don't love you,
You might
buy.
get a button. You know, who knows what
No,
you're going
buttons are cool. Buttons go on bags so well.
I know. I really like the whole button
Patches
thing.
go on bags so well.
I love the button thing.
They're also, when I get the patches in, I'm going to post bikepacking.com had a really good little 5-minute video of this material. I used to use it in Scouts. It's gotten way better. But how to put patches on bags without sewing them. It's a double-sided material that you can do some stuff to.
Interesting.
It's called tape
No, not as far as holding up for bike packing.
and glue.
All right, well, maybe.
Uh-oh.
All
Okay,
right,
well,
well,
Gorilla
but
glue.
but you can preserve. You're not going to ruin whatever you're doing behind it.
Yeah, especially if you got waterproof bags.
Yeah,
You don't want to be
because if you start putting holes through them,
Yeah.
So once those are in hand, that'll be next week. I'll put some up on our social media about that. But you can throw a patch on your nice bag, your
Okay.
nice Nittany Mountain Works bag. Shall you choose? But if you choose something else, you're wrong.
Okay. I'm going to be very serious about this. We do want to let you guys know that this podcast is supported by Cutaway USA. We joke a lot about Cutaway, and we do that little piece at the
Yeah.
top, but they really do step up to the plate.
Philip enjoys it. I talked to him last week.
Yeah.
It's a great relationship.
Does he enjoy Brian's segues?
I need to. I'm just gonna.
So-
Philip will be down there this weekend.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. Philip, I'm putting this on the PA while people are riding.
Just like an infinite loop of Brian segues, like in cutaway.
If someone wants to go through and pull all these out, I
That
will.
would be fun.
I will give you a hat. It might not be
God.
a GTD hat, but
You're going to give me some kind of hat. Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt. If you enjoy the podcast, be like Lars. Jump over to Patreon and send us
Mr. Podcast supporter.
some cash love. That's right. Every time we talk about Lars,
Mr. Podway supporter.
Mr. Pot, wait,
Oh, what did I say?
Mr. Gravel Bike Podcast supporter.
There we go. You do it much better, Joey. I should never have tried that.
Joey does it well.
I know.
Joey does a lot of things well. So consider being like Lars.
yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Mr. Podcast, all right, sorry.
We were all literally looking at you.
So be like Lars.
Mr. Podcast supporter.
There you go, honey.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
Well, you can actually touch me this weekend down. That came out wrong. You can actually come up, shake my hand, and meet us if you haven't before. And we'll be down at Croatan.
I will not be washing my hands because left will say easy and right will say hard. So do not shake my hands.
We'll tattoo that. We could probably find someone in our street youth community around here.
I have a child that has a tattoo gun that I know.
There we go. How much?
Are you serious?
We'll
You have
bump
a kid
them
in
up.
that
We'll
class
bump them
that's
up
got a
5 percentage
tattoo gun?
points.
Oh my god!
But we are on graveltraveldirt.com, and our Instagram is at Mid-Atlantic GTD. I'm going to try to use GTD's Instagram for a good run of live updates for
Excellent.
Croatan.
Excellent.
I'm going to try to kill my battery just by doing Instagram videos.
Nice.
But I do have some nice. I'm charging. That's the charging port. I'm going to need all my batteries for this weekend.
I've done the same thing. Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt has recorded this right here in Joey's kitchen, in the new configuration, in the new setup of the table being shifted and changed.
The dead bonsai tree.
Still not. No, it's coming back. Still not 100% sure I like it, but it is what it is. And if Jess likes it, then that's what we're doing. Thanks for riding along. Till next time, do good, be nice, go slow. Respect others.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.